Hey guys, Daryl here. It's Thursday morning. I'm getting late for the gym. I was watching some more news on the impeachment, and I've got some questions here. It's a trial, right? It's called a trial with a jury and somebody presiding over it, a judge. All right. There's been accusations. These accusations need to be addressed, right? That's how trials work. That's how our justice system works here in America. Throwing out a case is not is an obstruct is a miscarriage of justice. You look at the jurors. I just watching on the news that the Senate is considered the jury. Well, some of these jury members, some of these senators have already said that they have made up their minds before they see the evidence. These are quotes, or these are inexact quotes from the senators. There's a quote from Mitch McConnell saying he will do what the president wants. He's pretty much what you would call the lead juror. So we have a jury, and the lead juror, some of them, a good portion of them, an overwhelming portion of them, saying that before they even hear the evidence, that they've made their minds up, that they're going to do what the defendant wants. In any other trial, you know what? I'll just say it. This is a joke. It's a joke. It's a mockery of justice. It is. It's not a valid trial. It's tainted. The jury is tainted. If you had this same, and I realize that impeachment trial is not the same as a criminal trial. I have no legal background. I do a lot of reading and stuff, but I have no legal background. But from what I see, what the words they're using, jury, Senate, the Senate as the jury, one of the Chief Justice Roberts, I've got to do a little more research on him. And how was he chosen? Was the judge chosen by the side that's already prejudiced towards the defendant? Probably, more than likely. So what I see here is a gross miscarriage of justice. All right, if we're gonna do this right, we need a balanced jury. 50% Democrat, 50% Republican. If we're going to do this right, that's how we'd have to do it. It's the only way I could think of to do it. As for the judge, pick him out of a hat. Something like that. Because what I see here is just, it's a travesty. It's a joke. It's a mockery of our judicial system. It is. We have the defendant requesting that the jurors just throw his trial out. Ignore these charges against me. It's a hoax. And there's a good chance they might do that. This is an embarrassment to our entire democracy, to our entire judicial system. It is. And one more thought here. The reason there's so much anger and hate. Nancy Pelosi's a bitch. She's crazy. I'll tell you, I looked into this, why she was holding on to the articles of impeachment. It was to solidify the rules in the Senate. And looking back, there's been 3 impeachments in U.S. history. And this is normal. This has been normal protocol for the other 2, for Clinton's and for Johnson's impeachments. Nancy Pelosi is doing nothing out of the ordinary. They usually sit down and to figure out how many witnesses, how they're going to do it. Like with Clinton, is it going to be on videotape? And both sides will sit down and hammer it out so that there's some order to the hearings. And that's all Nancy Pelosi, as far as I could see, was doing. And not only do we have the defendant labeling her as crazy, we have the jurors and half the country believing this nonsense. It's a joke, man. It's a travesty. from what I see as an American citizen, and I think even most Trump supporters would have to admit, there's enough out there, there's enough evidence and witness testimony that there's a question as to what Trump did and how wrong was it. Was it wrong? So that means there needs to be a trial. If you're going to have a trial, let's have a real trial, not a show trial, a mockery, going through the motions. And as these articles hit the Senate, that's all we have here is a mockery of justice, a show. That's all it is. It's ridiculous. That's my thoughts on the impeachment from here on out. From up to here, I haven't had a problem with it. It's a legitimate question as to the conduct of the president. It's what this was made for. Impeachment was made for this. It's all valid. But now, like I said, once these articles hit the Senate, I don't know of any other trial in our democracy that would function would be laughed at if any other trial in our democracy would be held like this trial. It's a joke. It makes the entire country look bad. And I'm not saying the articles of impeachment. I'm saying the way that the Senate has stated that they're going to conduct the second half of this impeachment trial is a mockery, a sham, a show of justice, of pretend justice. And that's if they don't just flat out throw it out, which would just be flat out corruption. Just saying, okay, we got a president and he's now king and he could do whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. The ends justify the means. He could do whatever he sees fit. And we're going to throw this out. That's what they're going to say. If they actually threw it out, and that would shock even me. But who knows? All right, I got to get to the gym. You guys have a good Thursday.